What's up guys, how's it going? On today's video, we're going to be going over this beautiful mess of wiring that controls everything in your E30. I wanted to go through a stock-ish harness. The radio has been modified, but other than that, this is a stock harness. Wanted to go through it before I went through and modified it, deleting ABS, cruise control, and all the other stuff that I don't need in my car. So figured I'd share with everyone what a stock harness should look like. There's going to be a few variations between chassis. Obviously, a vert harness will be a lot different than this. This is a coupe. This is from an 87 325 IS coupe. Sedan harness will look pretty similar. We'll just have a few extra connectors for the windows. But other than that, most harnesses, early and late, if you have like a 84, 85, it will be different because you don't have a C101 connector, the big circle thing off the fuse box. And then once you go 89 plus or 88, the connectors for how your harness connects in the glove box, your engine harness to your chassis harness. The few connectors are a little different there, but the rest of the harness is pretty much the same. So we're gonna go everything from the front of the harness all the way to the back. I have it all laid out here on the floor. Yeah, let's get started. Starting with the harness that goes across your core support to the passenger side. This would be, so I did have a cow catcher and fog lights. So we have fog light, headlight. This is going to go to your compressor on your AC, your horn, front turn signal, ABS, side marker, and then these will all go towards the dryer and for the level sensor for your washer fluid and for the pump for the washer fluid. And we also have the other headlight and then also to your dryer. If I mix something up, sorry, there is a lot of pigtails on the harness, so I do my best to get through everything. Coming across here, this will go to the sensor. This is going to be the sensor on the side of your radiator. This is going to be for your, this will be on a harness by itself. Some cars have it, some don't. This is your IETs, or intake air temp sensor, as well as two pigtails for a light on the cow catcher. Now we have here is a wheel speed sensor that runs all the way up. You have your other ABS right there. Now we have lights, horn, turn signal. This will go down to your fan. Another fog light, a ground. This will go to your ABS unit. Then you'll have your cruise control, which it goes all the way there, which wraps all the way in underneath the fuse box to a plug, and then you can pull that out. And then obviously you have your fuse box. We have the sensor for brake fluid. You have your wiper, and then you have your powers that go across to the distributor box. Or if you don't have a distributor box, you'll have your battery. So these will go to your power on your battery. And you have your C101 plug right here, which will connect your engine harness to the fuse box. Coming down is a major mess in here. A lot of relays and whatnot. So I'm probably going to miss a few things here. This goes to security alarm. None of these wires will be here. These are all added in. So all this wiring right here, not included. You have your turn signals. So you're going to have your turn signals, your cruise control, and your wiper controls all in here, right here. You have this is your ignition harness. We have a bunch of grounds and relays that are all underneath. And we have a bunch of other connectors here. This will also go to another part of the alarm. And then all these, I'll put some pictures in how these are plugged into the rest of the harness. But they all just connect. And as we continue over here, you have your ABS unit. We'll plug in there. You have your C101, C102 connectors, as well as connector to your heater core. I'm going to go ahead and quickly come this way on the harness real quick. You have your check panel wiring, which runs up the A-pillar. And then we also have your, if you have a power sunroof, here's the wires for that. Kind of runs down there as we branch with the C101 connectors out this way. We have this one right here, which also is 2 connectors. Actually, this one goes to your alarm down your chime. This will go to the back of the cluster. This is your C103. This is for your OBC onboard computer, your thing on the HVAC panel. And then this will come over and connect to your engine harness. And then this is for your cruise control. Coming around here, headlight pull, fog light, and then this is the other connector that plugs in over there. Coming around here, we're gonna have our defogger, rear defogger, and then we're gonna have our hazard, and then we have some more plugs over here. Also gonna go to your light in the glove box, and then this is gonna go to the trigger for the light right there. Keep going, we have the charger for the flashlight, also in the glove box. Don't mess with those wires, those are some extra ones. So all that's covered. Keep coming down. This is for your door plug. This goes there, and then it'll plug to your door. Light switch for the door. Pigtail, I believe this is for the map light, if you have one. This will go down to a box that's in the door sill panel, and so will that right there. These will also go down into the security system, which is down there, I believe. Then we have a ground and a plug. This will plug into that box right there. Then we have a mess of wires that someone spliced into down here, which leads to your kill switch for your windows. And then we'll keep coming here, come along here. This is all your wiring to the rear antenna and for your radio here. Someone did a hack job of that, so I'll have to deal with that later. We have the antenna in the rear, and then we have a connector here for, was also an auto car, forgot to mention that. So we have a connector for the automatic, which I will then splice into for a manual, so you won't have this at all. Some extra wiring for that. Coming along here, we have our, which runs across right in the middle, kind of right in the middle of the car before the shifter. We have your 2 window switches for a coupe. If you had a sedan or anything, it would be 4. And those wiring continue across the floorboard to the passenger side, where you have your other connector for the door, as well as a wire that runs all the way to the back of the car for your gas lock. And then as you can see, this wire running from the back there forward is for your switch, your light switch for the passenger side, which I'm not sure why they didn't just route it with this, but they decided to route it all the way around the car and forward. So we'll get back to that shortly. Coming back down here, another break off here. This also plugs into, for the auto, plugs in there. And that runs to our e-brake switch. So when you pull your e-brake, it lights up, as well as a little bulb for the rear ashtray. This right here is for underneath the driver's seat, connected to your receptacle. And then continue along here, we have, this will plug into some wiring that runs up the B-pillar to your lights up there for the driver's side. Continuing back, this is still considered an early model car, so it had a separate external fuel pump. So this is the wiring to that, ABS sensor, more grounds. We're going to come across here to, this is going to be another ABS sensor right there. Coming down, this goes through the rear back seat underneath to a wheel speed sensor right there. We have our diff plug for speed sensor, and then we have our fuel pump and our fuel level sender right there. And then coming back down, wiring up for the passenger light in the B-pillar. I left the wiring in the car because I didn't need to take it out. And then that continues with the light switch to the front, as well as the gas cap lock for the front, coming off the front there. So coming around here, we're going to continue with these wires, which are for the speaker and antenna. So here's your antenna, and then there's an amp in the back, which that will connect into. A few wires for the antenna itself, power ground. This is going to be for driver's side defogger for the rear window. We have 2 modules in the back near the antenna. That's where these go. Following this wire right before it passes through the rear seat. This will go up for your third brake light and your other passenger side defogger for the rear window. Now continuing past, we have our license plate wiring for both sides on its own pigtail. This is going to be for your actuator for your trunk lock. We have our driver's side marker. This is going to run up to your trunk for the trunk light. Coming across here, we have our driver's side taillight connector. These are speaker wire, my bad. The one that just are 2 by itself are your speaker wire. These are the license plate light wires right here. We have our other license plate or tail light wiring, and our that's not part of it, and our other side marker. So there we go. Quick walkthrough of the entire E30 harness. If you guys have any questions, or I missed something, or I said something wrong, put it down in the comments. In the next video, I go through and remove ABS and cruise control. I'll probably do that in 2 separate videos. That is the mess that's in your car. Getting it in and out, as much as it looks really bad, everything kind of lines up, especially when you put it back in the car. BMW could have made this a lot simpler, in my opinion, even though I'm not an electrical engineer or anything, or big into wiring. But I just feel like some of the wires on the passenger side, why didn't you just route them with the passenger side wire that goes across the floorboard instead of routing it all the way back and around? But everything lays out to where it should go. Everything, if it needs to go towards the glove box, it'll go towards the glove box. Needs to go to the door, it goes to the door. Everything lays out exactly where it should when it's in the car. So if you have any questions, put them in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram @TheMaskDriver, and have a good day.